they build these things like they don't care.
I was worried about Matthew too because he was just scared just with the truck. Then you could hear the gun go off. Here at our one-night spot, and we don't want to get Starlink out for one night. Matthew checked T-Mobile and it's
5 to 6 down.
What about AT&T?
4 down.
Oh my goodness.
And 0.37 up.
You might be getting...
I'm not getting Starlink out for one day. I'm just not going to do it. It's a long-term kind of solution.
This used to be a KOA. They give you a picnic table and a water pedestal and a charcoal grill. We have a gravel site. I'm not sure how long the sites are. I'll check with Matthew and see if they said. But you have plenty of room for your truck, and you have plenty of room for your RV. The slides get tricky right here, though. Here's the hookups. It's full of hookups. You got 50 amp. Water and sewer. How do you feel about these tight hookups?
It works, but man, it's tight quarters.
I know. Matthew's having a time. He's already hit his head once, y'all. Y'all say, "Aw."
Say, "Ouch." Ow.
Oh,
You
no.
did it again.
Oh, no.
With this thing here, anyways, they need to design these better.
Jones, everybody say, "Watch out." So we are going to go find this magical boondocking. We'll see if it exists, y'all.
Kind of like unicorns and fairy tales. You hear rumors of them, but you never actually see one.
Alright, y'all, we're at our first boondocking area. We thought this would be a for sure site because Campinium says tons of space, no one's out here. Is that a dirt devil?
It sure is.
Wow.
Huh.
Anyways, back to what I was saying. Tons of space, no one's hardly out here, whatever.
Now, there are two sides to that coin. One side is, it is not crowded out here because there's, as they say, thousands and thousands of acres or something like that.
Land.
Yeah. This is what most of the land looks like. So unless they let you take a bulldozer to it, now there are several roads, to be fair, but all of the spots, anything that you would instinctively say, oh, that must be a spot, it is a spot, and somebody's on it. So, you know, and then they have, some of the roads are really narrow with these sticky bushes, and you could go down for miles probably, but the problem is you're gonna have some beautiful pinstripes down the side of your vehicle.
So we're gonna go to our next spot and we're hoping we find something.
I hope so. We gotta find something.
It was a good turn off the road too. The only thing is I think we're like 9,000 feet in elevation.
When we hit the summit, I think it was like 9,900, but then we turned on another road and went up again. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty good with heights. Considering it used to take me 20 minutes to get on the roof of a one-story house, I'm really good with heights now, but that drive was probably the most challenging drive I've done since we've started RVing, because at first I'm like, ooh, nice scenery, and then I stopped looking at the scenery because there's no guardrails through most of it. None, y'all. Nothing. It's just, I'm not joking, like 1,000 feet down, there it goes, you're dead, so.
You're dead. I love his sound effects, y'all.
So, we can make it up here by God's grace, and I love this spot, but is not going to be a fun drive to be behind me because I'm going to be going slow.
It's definitely a spot. It seems pretty level, but this wasn't the coordinates that was given on Campinium, but at least it's one spot. Y'all, it might be because we're
crazy,
not very bright, but there is another spot. There's two spots so far. It's a Saturday.
We just went up about 3,500 feet, 3,500 to 3,900 feet above Cedar City in the mid-October. Is that smart? Is it smart to be this high off the elevation in mid-October. Why else would they have big, beautiful open spots with firewood already cut for you in some places? No.
But the good thing is there is no snow on the ground. So even if they got a little rain, it has not snowed here yet. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready for the adventure of a lifetime. Let's get it.
Y'all, we're getting close to the
Doom.
What do you call it? Like almost a U-turn type curve?
Yeah, we make almost a U-turn to the left and then a really doozy to the right. You'll see. But there's plenty of shoulder here. Because y'all, when you tow a fifth wheel, the back of your trailer, if I'm turning left, stays further to the left than the front of the truck does. That's why you need more shoulder. It's not like a travel trailer that'll follow you like a dog. All right, this is the last one. Let me slow down. Do you see the size of the shoulder, y'all? It's definitely wide enough.
And we don't have a lot of cars behind us right now, so.
And when you're going up this beautiful mountain, there are passing lanes. I think there's at least 2 or 3 of them, so don't feel so awful if you get a train behind you, because they will have their chance to pass you.
Yeah.
Although some of them are lunatics and they'll just pass you wherever they want to. Hope y'all are enjoying the view.
No guardrail there. Ooh.
Yep. So it's not tough enough to drive up here towing a trailer, then you have to watch out for moving objects like deer.
Here's no guardrail again, y'all.
This is crazy. No guardrail. I'm not looking at the view. I hope y'all are.
Dilemma at the boondocking spot already, y'all.
Listen, if this is our only problem, we're doing okay, but it's still annoying. This, look. This side is supposed to keep it from going back too far. This side is supposed to do the same thing. This is a metal lip right here that it wedges itself behind, and it's not fun getting it out.
I think I have to pull the handle while you do that, right?
Yeah.
So there.
Well, it's in there pretty good too this time. Oh, got it. You see how this barely is on this side? And now look down here. It's interlocking. It cannot be moved to the left, it cannot be moved to the right. So what they needed to do was look and see if the product they made works with the door. It does not. Just make this stuff better, y'all. Stop acting like we only use this 2 weeks out of the year. I know that's the way it used to be back in the day, but it's a new day and age. Make it better.
Hey y'all, we're in our spot at, we think, 10,100 feet.
Yep, very happy. Very, very happy here.
We made it, and I don't know if you could tell, but I wasn't very talkative in the truck. I was like really nervous, and I don't know why. I guess it was because it's our home. I'm not really afraid of heights, but I was worried about it last night because Matthew kept saying, well, what if it snows, or what if they close the road, or what if it's just way too cold up here? And sometimes I let my anxiety get the best of me. Even though we've been doing it over 2.5 years, I mean, this is still a new experience of, I think this is the highest elevation we brought the RV, but the roads are perfect. They're good. And you know, we got to step outside our comfort zone, but I need to learn to lean on God more for my peace and stuff. But when I get anxious and nervous, it just turns my stomach into knots, and then I start to not feel good, and that's not good for anybody. So I just wanted to be honest and say, even though we seem like we have a lot of experience with boondocking and stuff like that, you can still get scared sometimes, and that's okay. Just don't let it overrun your thoughts in your head and stuff.
Yeah, that's a good word right there. And it's just, you just got to push the envelope a little bit safely in order to experience new things. So give them an update now. Do you feel any better?
I feel a lot better because we made it safely. Not that I didn't think that we would. I was worried about Matthew too because he was just scared just with the truck. So I was worried. I'm like, is he not going to have much confidence with the RV? And that kind of scared me.
Because of the height. But I will tell you this. Sean actually noticed this last thing. I didn't even notice it. I wasn't paying as much attention, but the first time up, I was pure white knuckling it because it was just, you saw there's sections of the road with no guardrail and it's just a sheer drop off. I joke about there's your doom, but it's a sheer drop off. The second time up, it wasn't as bad. And I was towing the trailer and she noticed it and I didn't notice it, but now that she mentions it, so you do something enough and you know it's not like, you know, you're jumping out of a hot air balloon without a parachute. That you'll never get used to because you only get one try. For this, we're just going up a paved road, which is in marvelously good condition.
Right, it is.
It didn't have any boulders falling across it or anything, so you get used to the stuff that you're irrationally afraid of.
That's the thing. Yeah, push past fear is what it is. Don't let fear stand in. I mean, I know your body.
The irrational fear.
Right. I know your body has alerts for a reason for some things, but
don't touch a hot stove.
Right. You know, I don't know another example, but like, don't walk up to a bear. You know, that's just not bright. But
don't get used to that.
Going up a mountain road, if you're capable of towing, because they have campgrounds up here, so obviously RVs can come up here.
And you're going to hear me say, and you've probably heard me say before, I love mountain driving. I really do. This one's a bit of a doozy for me because I'm coming from a place, remember, it took me 20 minutes to get up the ladder onto a one-story house at one point. God help me get over that. Now I'm pushing the envelope. So my first time up here was a bit scary, and that affected Sean.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. His whatever he was going through morphed into me. All right, y'all, it's windy, but here's all this firewood that was left from the previous camper.
And now it's mine.
Now it's Matthew's. All right, I guess I better help.
Y'all, there is almost an endless supply of wood. This kind of cheapo, not worth very much wood, but it's free. Grateful to God for it. Now I gotta figure out how to stack this.
Oh, but the good news is we're helping to clean up the forest by burning it.
Exactly.
All right, y'all, we're fixed to have a campfire. Y'all, we are waiting on Matthew to start our campfire, but I just realized we're on top of a mountain. We are boondocking on the top of a mountain. That's why we don't have any views of the mountains in the background, because we are on the top of the mountain. And look at the forest. All right, y'all, you can't see him hardly because it's dark out here, but he had to use lighter fluid.
I had to cheat because I'm using pine needles that aren't totally dry, pine wood, which is not the best for burning fires, so there you go. I cheated.
How not to start a fire, y'all.
There. I think it's perfectly acceptable to cheat on starting a fire once in a while, as long as you get it going, because it's probably in the upper 30s right now, so we need this. All right, good morning, everybody. Why is Sean excited today?
Good morning. Well, you need to open the door. I want to give away the surprise.
All right.
It's locked. There we go.
What do y'all think? It is cold out here. I don't mind telling you that, but look at this, y'all. Now, look at our beautiful truck. It looks like it's in an icy tomb. Look at this. We got a dusting of snow and a hard frost. That is impressive. I mean, the whole thing is white.
Now we're on top of the mountain, and across on the back side of the RV, the trees, the evergreens have snow on it.
All right, let's go show him. Sean's excited. All right, look at this. You can see a light dusting on the trees themselves, and look at the road. Look at that. That is a beautiful scene.
Yo, look, even our fire pit is frozen. Have y'all ever seen snow on coals. Huh, that's neat. Alright, y'all, we're walking back to the RV. We're fixing to start the truck.
For some reason, the little remote key fob wasn't starting it, but it started right away, so great truck.
Alright, what do the peeps need to see?
Something that doesn't belong in an RV are these 7-gallon water cans. And the reason they're in here is because in the next few days, it's supposed to get down into single digits, like cold. So since we normally keep them in the truck bed and the truck bed is not heated, we decided we didn't want these bad boys bursting on us, and so we cleaned them up a little bit and brought them inside.
We're all new to this really cold temperature stuff, so...
The really cold temperature boondocking.
I mean, y'all probably laughing like it ain't gonna explode. We don't know. We really don't know, so we'd rather be safe than sorry, and it doesn't hurt anything to bring them in here to keep them warm, so... Yeah,
because I fill them as full as they can. When I fill these things, I fill them to the bitter top, so there's no room for expansion. So when they turn to ice, I don't want to ruin these because we need them, so they're now a piece of furniture, I guess.
Yep, and I hope the footage isn't shaky. I'm shaking because I'm cold. Alright, y'all. I'm going to give you a tour of our boondocking site here on the top of the mountain. As if we haven't mentioned it enough, we're at 10,100 feet on Candy Loop, just south of Cedar Breaks National Monument. I think it's close to Bryan Head, Utah as well. And the major city is Cedar City, Utah. So we are in the National Forest. I think it's the Dixie National Forest. And the reason we parked kind of close to the road is because this is where we get the most solar, where the trees don't shadow our roof that much. We have this whole space to ourselves right now. And here is what our RV looks like on the spot. And you just see all these meadows out there. All right, y'all, now we're on the roof. So I wanted to give y'all an aerial view of our spot here at the top of the mountain. It's just so peaceful up here. I love seeing all the evergreens. All right, good morning, y'all. It's 8:30. There's no sign of the sun. We're on top of the mountain. We're basically in the clouds. Visibility is really low. There's the RV. There's a dark horse. It's like I can just feel the clouds running by me. It's so weird. I think it's in the 30s out here right now, the high 30s, but hopefully when the sun comes out, this will burn off. But when they say it's partly cloudy up in the mountains, I guess that means you're in the clouds. All right, y'all, so it is very foggy here. I showed y'all earlier that I was literally walking in the clouds, and what time is it? It's like almost 11, and it still hasn't dissipated, but we're very hypersensitive to noises especially when we're RVing by ourselves.
We're security minded is another way to say it.
We're up here at 10,000 feet all by ourselves, and we hear a vehicle, and we've been seeing vehicles every once in a while go up and down the road, mainly like people that are cutting wood and stuff. And so we saw this, we heard this vehicle, but then they never passed us, and we're like, what is going on?
That seemed a little weird.
I looked out the window, and they parked in front of our RV over there by the pine tree. I'm like, there they are. Why are they parked there? I didn't know if they were going to come talk to us or what the deal was. But we saw this truck before because he had a dog kennel in the back. And we thought he was just scouting, because the other day he came out, he went down the road and then he left. We're like, oh, he found the spot. He's going to go get an RV.
Yeah, because we've seen an RV come down the road before, but not him.
So this was the same guy. He went in the back, got his dog out. We thought, okay, maybe he's just walking his dog. But there's so much open space out here. It was just weird that he was right here. And it's very foggy. You can't see that far into the tree line.
No.
And then he went in the truck and got, what do you call it?
A shotgun.
A shotgun.
It was a camo-colored shotgun.
I'm like, great.
Now, I immediately knew that he was a hunter, or suspected he was a hunter. I didn't think we had some, serial killer on the loose. But part of you is just not sure, because he didn't have the decency to come knock on the door and say, hey, just a heads up, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. That would have been polite. He didn't do that. And I don't even know if that's common, but it's like, it wouldn't have scared away whatever he was going after, because they must have heard his big diesel dually in the first place. So he could have just given us a heads up and said, hey, how you doing?
And like I said, he had a retriever. Well, a retriever is not probably going to retrieve something big. So I started thinking, we have a little bitty pond.
Like a mosquito pond.
That the ducks are on. So I'm like, he's probably a duck hunter. And he kind of walked, it's hard to see, the tree line over to where the little pond is. And he didn't take no time. Then you could hear the gun go off.
Just once.
I'm like, well, he could only have one shot because them ducks are very skittish. And then we were waiting for him to come back out, and then we never saw him. And then all of a sudden Matthew said, oh, he's back at the truck. He put the dog in, and then he left. So I don't know if he got anything or not, but that was really close to where we were, our home is. And it was foggy, and there was an RV parked on the other, yesterday, y'all, they stayed till about 2 on the other side of that pond. So the fog is so thick, I told him. And then a car camper went up there last night. I'm like, how does he know when he shoots the gun that someone's not over there? That's kind of scary too.
That is true, because we could actually see where the car camper was barely, like a little bit through the trees with the binoculars, but they were in his general direction where he was shooting, because we know where the pond is. So it just all around wasn't very responsible. It is duck hunting season, so he does have the right to do it, but he just wasn't a good hunter. He wasn't responsible. Yeah,
maybe go further into the woods, not where people are allowed to disperse camp.
Or at least go somewhere where the terrain is such where you're not going to have anybody disperse camping.
Yeah, because there were people on the other side of the pond just yesterday. All right, y'all, it is cold, and it is time to put water in our tank. And like we said, we kept our water cans in the RV to keep them from freezing. Matthew was just out here whining like a baby. I'm cold.
I am cold. This is cold. What is it, 30-something degrees out here?
It's supposed to be 42, but the sun won't come out.
Yeah. I absolutely love this thing. We've had this since we got it at... Where am I stepping on? A gopher bull or something? We've had this since we've got it from Lazy Days, the dealership. But you can get them practically anywhere, I think, these days. It's so handy. You can step on it, sit on it, put your water cans on it. It's just great.
But why is it so nasty?
Because we have a sliding hitch, and you have to lube a sliding hitch. You can't use those plastic lube plates. You got to actually grease it up. So this is stored underneath it. So this gets dirty.
So, y'all, what we're doing, I hope you can hear us because the truck's warming up.
Look how strong I am. No, it's empty.
We are going down to an Ace Hardware store here on the mountain. They refill propane, and they said that we could get water there. That's what they said when we called on Monday, so we're hoping that's still true. So that's what we're doing on this cold afternoon. Alright, y'all, I'm so excited. It's probably the cheesiest thing ever, but they have multicolored sandwich bags, y'all. This is the first time we have seen this, and the only reason we got them, we just picked them up by chance because this Walmart we went to was out of all the, you know, the clear colored bags. And when I got it home, I'm like, look, Matthew, it's multicolored. You get 25 blue, red, green, and yellow. So now I'm gonna open it and see what it looks like. I'm excited about this.
The stuff you get excited about, my goodness.
Oh, look! Look at that, y'all. You have blue. Well, you can barely see the blue, but this is so neat. And y'all, am I the first one that has seen this, or are y'all like, Sean, please, that's like old?
I've never seen it before.
Good morning, y'all. Yes, we're in the RV again with our jackets on, but we're fixing to venture outside. It's 31 degrees and we're going to explore this mountaintop.
And today's high is supposed to be 37, so it's going to get downright tropical.
Yeah, we're going to take y'all with us and show you what we get to see. We might be the only people on top of the mountain. I don't know. Thought we were supposed to start the truck before we went. We teach y'all what not to do. The truck was supposed to be warmed up, y'all. Now we're getting into a cold truck. And it's got remote start on it, too. Ugh. Come on, crank it up. We're freezing.
We are freezing? They aren't freezing. Whoever's watching this, y'all are at home and y'all are comfortable. You probably have your furnace going. It's probably nice and tropical where you are. You're not freezing. Sean is freezing.
Enough of the monologue. Crank it up.
There you go.
He did it, y'all, and we have heated seats.
Yes, those are a huge blessing because they do not take very long to get warm.
Alright, y'all, we're at the trailhead parking. There's the trailhead, Navajo Lake. Navajo Lake, the surface is at 9,000 feet, but it's still cold.
And y'all, if you go to the trailhead on the far side of the lake, like you get off Highway 14, there's a trailhead, and then you go way to the other end of the lake, you have to have high clearance vehicles. High clearance, because this has ruts really, really deep. So if you come here in a little sedan, you're not going to make it. I promise you, you're going to lose a bumper. So high clearance is all you need.
So you should take the first trailhead.
Yeah, if you have a low clearance vehicle, take the first trailhead. We didn't go all the way down it, but it looks fine.
All right, y'all, we are coming up on the Navajo Lake Loop Trail. I bet this is pretty in the fall. I mean, it is fall, but we're at such high elevation, the leaves have already fallen. I bet it's gorgeous here in September with the yellow leaves, or maybe even early October.
Yeah.
And you can see the cabins up there that people rent for the summertime. And they have campgrounds over on that side too that y'all can come and bring your RV to. Alright, y'all, look, you get the forest on this side. You see all the evergreens behind the aspens. And then here's the trail. And then here's Lake Navajo with more mountains on the other side and evergreen trees. This is amazing.
It's a very scenic lake.
We're hiking in the middle of a forest with a lake in it. Pretty awesome.
Now, some of the reviews say that it's not very peaceful in the summertime because of all the boats on the lake. Right now, it's pretty darn peaceful. Now, I hear one truck on the highway that's a little bit noisy, but other than that, there's no boats on the lake. This is really nice.
The sun's shining. I don't know if you can see it, but these people really marked up this tree.
And it's not like this is a chalkboard where you can wipe it away and erase it. Please don't scar up nature just so you can get some little thrill or tell Juliet that, oh, I put your name in a tree. If Juliet has any brains at all, she'll think you're an idiot. So stop doing this. Please don't do this. All right, y'all, I saw an interesting thing on All Trails where it said that right about there, that there is a path that goes through the lake. And I thought, these people are crazy. It's not the official curated trail, but now look what happens when I zoom in. What do you see? Do you start to see something underwater, maybe? Something a little shallow? It looks like, and I haven't gone down there, but it looks like it's something where you could walk across the lake. It must be very, very shallow there. And that's some kind of a natural land bridge. Isn't that cool? Now that the shade is coming back, you're not going to be able to see it, but hopefully we got that. If you're here in the summertime, man, I bet that is really popular. I'd do it. Would you do it?
Alright, y'all, this is where we're calling it because Mr. Grinch said so.
No, we have one more amazing thing to do, and then we have to go down the mountain to go to the store. And the third thing is, what time did we get up and get out of here?
We didn't really get here till 11. It's an 8.6 loop trail around the lake, so you don't want to start that at 11
No.
if you have more stuff to do. If you don't have anything else to do, I guess it's a good time, but I want to go all the way around the lake and do something else and shop.
Exactly.
All right, y'all, we are out of breath. It wasn't that hard of a trail, but I think the reason it's rated moderate is because you're hiking between 9 and 10,000 feet, because the lake level is like 9,000 something feet, but you do gain elevation.
Yeah, it's really kind of a baby hike for us. It's not a very big hike, and it's not that much elevation, but everything is exaggerated when you're at this height. So it's a good lake. It's a beautiful trail. It's well maintained on this side. We've heard the other side not so much, but I don't know.
And you get really short of breath very easily. So Matthew's going to give us our stats.
Altogether, we went 5.59 miles, so not too bad.
Yeah.
Gained 272 feet of elevation.
I thought I was dying, y'all.
It's not that bad.
I think it's because we were at such high elevation, it really takes it out of you because the air is so thin. But I thought we did more elevation than that.
So that's it. I don't know the calories because I don't have the internet to go to the next screen.
Yeah.
5.59 miles, not that bad.
Yep, so now we're gonna stop back by the RV and pick up a battery because our GoPro battery's just, like, it was at 70%. I was talking to y'all, just said battery low and died. So I'm at 0 now. I'm like, oh my goodness.
We've had these batteries for years, and I think we've determined that they just kind of aged out, so
right.
need new batteries.
Yep.